The Long Walk is one of those movies that will either stay with you for days or make you wonder why you spent 2 hours watching it. Let's talk about what worked and what really didn't. The Long Walk is about a competition where 50 young men walk for a massive cash prize and one wish. The catch is if you stop walking, you die, and only the last man standing will win. As of right now, the film sits at a 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb, a 3.7 out of 5 on Letterboxd, and a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Are those scores justified? That's what we're here to find out. Did you know that the cast and crew walked over 400 miles during filming?
I believe it. We talked about this. It's like you do one shot and then you're like, all right, reset, let's do it again. You all got to walk back and then do it all again. The whole movie.
Yeah.
They're literally walking.
I want to cover a few things here.
Okay.
A few that I liked and a few that bothered me. The first thing that bothered me, I just kept coming to the conclusion that not every book needs to be a movie. I mean, this is just a fact. I've seen other books made into films that didn't quite translate as well for different reasons.
Okay.
But this one in particular, it's like, I could understand how this might read interesting on the page. I understand how we might have gotten more of the character backstories, and just with a book, you have so much more time.
Sure.
And to condense that all down into a screenplay and then have us watch it, to me, it not only was it uninteresting visually, and it was boring to watch. If you like this episode, please leave a like, subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. We're this close.
Please subscribe.
You could be a part of helping us get there. It was kind of unbelievable the way they were bonding in the beginning. I didn't have anything to grasp onto, and I think that's because it is a film and not a book, where a book you have so much time to flesh out all these characters and their motivations and why they are the way they are. And in this, we just get bang, bang right into it.
It's interesting because sometimes that works.
Yeah.
To get right into it.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like a screenwriting tip, sort of, is to get right into it. To start with, you're right in the story.
Yeah.
Because often they say a movie is like the worst couple days of a character's life.
Yeah.
The worst few days of a protagonist's life. Like or the most exciting. That's like the whole point, is you're right in the action. But they really didn't do a lot of like flashbacks. It's just they're on a road. There may be 2 flashbacks and they're brief.
Yeah, and we and you both said that we went into this thinking, I saw the trailer and I wasn't interested, because I'm like, I'm not watching a movie about people walking. And then we see some of the reviews coming out and some reception to some people we know that had seen it. And it's like, maybe we had this wrong. So we're going into watching it. I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's not going to be that. Maybe it's going to be more, we're going to get more of the, yes, we see them walking, but then we cut away to a sequence about how they grew up or something like that. Just give us a little bit more to chew on. That didn't happen. We watched people walk for 2 hours. Like you say, we got 2 flashbacks that were like a couple of minutes, maybe, of screen time, and then the rest was just people walking.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why walking is not a nationally televised sport. There's a reason for that, and it's because it would be dreadfully boring to watch, and no one would watch it. Otherwise, it would be.
It was the most straightforward movie pitch I've ever heard. That was exactly what it is. There were no hidden twists. It's people walking. I almost feel like we can barely give spoilers in this review, because the whole movie pitch is a spoiler.
Yeah, it is just people walking then people dying.
People die, one person lives.
That's it.
That's not spoilers.
That's the movie.
That's in the pitch. That's the trailer.
Yeah. And this brings me to another point, which is like, I think movies in one setting are really tough to pull off. Really difficult to pull off.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Because you have to be interesting. You have to be intriguing, engaging. It has to be stuff for me to latch on to, and to... Sometimes you can get away with it because there's a mystery. Like we talked about Rear Window.
Right, Rear Window is like all the apartments.
Why does Rear Window work? Because there's a mystery taking place. We're watching things unfold in real time, and he's trying to decipher it, and so are we as the audience.
And it's similar in this movie where, because of a physical reason, he is stuck. The protagonist is stuck in a location. He is injured, and he cannot leave his apartment. And so that adds to the tension of the story, which you could say could be the setup here, where they have to walk this race, but they don't utilize that built-in tension.
Mm-hmm.
It's not utilized in the way that it could be more interesting, where
Yeah.
maybe there's a reason they want to get off the road, but they can't because they're trapped by soldiers guarding the race. Like that
Totally.
could be interesting, but they don't go in that direction.
Film is such a visual medium. You know, it's not an audiobook.
Yeah.
It's not a podcast.
Yep.
It's not, you know, it's not a song. It's a visual medium. And when the visuals are dull, uninteresting, and boring, which, by the way, what a decision to make it. I know it's because it's Stephen King, but to make it like
You're in the countryside.
you're in the countryside.
So the only
It's
thing
in
you're
the
seeing
middle
is
of nowhere.
grass, cows, sometimes people in worn out houses.
You ever been on a road trip and you're just on a stretch that's just dull? There's just nothing but fields around.
Oh, yeah.
And like you just get so incredibly bored.
You
Like,
just put
God,
the car on cruise control and hope you
Yeah.
don't fall asleep.
just anything out. Give me a building. Give me something to like stimulate my brain
Yep.
here.
Yep.
And that's what this movie felt like. It was like all we saw was fields and people walking.
There was
That's it.
one hill.
That's it.
There
Yeah,
was
there's
one
hill.
hill.
Yeah.
We sat down in the theater. The guy next to us left after 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was 10 minutes in.
10 minutes in, he clocked it, got up, left. He didn't. He got his ticket and left. Did not make it through the race.
The woman in front of us was
was
she had
texting.
a bag. She was texting in the bag.
Yep.
And then the guy next to her was on Monopoly.
On his phone.
He was playing Monopoly on his phone. I couldn't believe it. I was watching him like he's, you know, going off across the board.
Wow.
And I'm going, wow, this is a really stimulating film, huh? We got somebody
know.
leaving, somebody texting, and somebody playing Monopoly. That's tough.
Yeah, to compete against Monopoly, potentially one of the most boring board games you could ever have.
And yet, we're still getting the reception that we are to it, where
I-
people are enjoying it.
I will say, though, from other movies we've seen, there was no clapping at the end of this movie. People
True.
basically just got up and left. They didn't even
True.
wait through the credits.
True.
And I said to you, I was like, there are moments people laughed, but I think it's just because we needed a laugh.
There were
Because
very,
there
very
was
few.
nothing else happening. We just needed some sort of stimulus to make sure the person next to you wasn't falling asleep. I was surprised more people didn't fall asleep in the theater.
Same.
I was listening for snoring.
That's a movie where you hear snoring. Another thing for me, and this could be small, and I don't know if this is the screenwriter or Stephen King, the dialogue was very, very lazy to me. I mean, everybody
was
spoke
very
the
on the
exact
nose.
same way.
Yeah, people
All the
just had
characters-
different accents.
Yeah, that was it. Everybody was just spoke exactly the same. It's like, I don't know if that's somebody who doesn't have a grasp on the younger generation and just thinks that everyone talks the same. You know what I mean? Like, what is that to
Yeah.
where, and again, this was wrote in 1979.
Sure.
So was that just of the time that every single young person just spoke with extremely vulgar
People in 1979 didn't sound like that.
language?
But also, he's writing in 1979, Stephen King, the book, but he's writing for a future. It's the near distant or the near
Dystopian-
distant future.
Yeah.
So it's like, why does everybody in the future sound like they're from the 50s?
Yeah.
Why is that what happens?
And what? Well, it's just every single person was "fuck you, you better not come near me." You
That's going to
fucking
be fun to
shithead
bleep
fuck.
out
Yeah,
when
it's
you
gonna be
edit
beep, beep,
this.
beep, beep, beep.
That's one of the challenges of writing, is that you have to make not all your characters sound the same, and they can't all sound like you, the writer.
Right.
There are some like writers who get away with that. Tarantino does that, for
They all
instance.
sound like
Everyone
him, yeah.
sounds like Tarantino, but it doesn't work for this because it doesn't even have a strong voice in that sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a strong style. Basically, as soon as the movie opened, they're in a car and they're driving to the start of the race, which again, this whole thing is about just a walk.
Yeah.
And they're starting, and the lines are so on the nose. That's immediately I just thought, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Here
yeah.
we go.
You
They're
don't
like,
have to do it.
Right, you don't have to do it.
I don't have a choice.
If your father was here, well, he's not,
Well,
is
he's
he?
not here, is he?
Like, no creative line.
Oh.
It just sounded like we're watching like the Real Shorts soap opera.
Yeah.
They didn't try and like we talk about this in writing. When you start writing just what you think they should say. That's not the line you should stick with. That's what they mean. But say that in a more interesting way, because people don't usually say exactly what they mean.
But this is Stephen King we're talking about.
Listen, I know this is Bachman, whatever his pseudonym is,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
So even if that's the source material, I think as a screenwriter, you can change it. I'm just saying, you probably have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I don't
And
know
if
how
only
much.
you read on this page was, you don't have to go, I don't have a choice. I think you can change that.
Yeah, you could maybe make some tweaks to it.
Yeah.
Just like, don't stop walking,
Keep
man.
walking.
Keep walking.
Oh, I loved some of these lines.
Boy, how many times can we hear somebody say that in this movie?
It was like, get up, keep walking.
There should be a counter. Somebody should watch the movie and count how many times they say keep walking.
That is a deadly drinking game. You will die.
If you had to take a shot every time they said keep walking, you'd be in the hospital. You'd be getting your stomach pumped.
You wouldn't make it through the end of the walk.
No.
There were so many lines also that were trying to be deep. What does he say? Like a walk amongst the stars and hang from the moon.
Or
God's
he's like,
garden is full of weeds.
talking to you is like talking to smoke or something like that.
Oh my God. There's so many lines that are like, who wrote this?
Yeah.
It sounds like a teenager wrote this, trying to sound philosophical. Mm-hmm. But everybody talks like that. Everybody says lines that mean nothing, but you think it's fancy. And it's not.
There was a highlight here, I think. For me personally, it was David Johnson.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
I love him
good.
from Industry. I've loved him in other things that I've seen. I like that he's getting more work now. I hope he continues to do so because he was a guiding light in this. He was a shining light in this.
Great.
Cooper Hoffman was obviously good.
Cooper Hoffman's always good.
The performances were great with the exception of one, and that was the mom.
Oh, yeah.
Which to me, I like that woman as an actress.
She's great.
But here it just didn't land, and I could tell they were cutting around it a little bit.
She was one note.
Because it felt very jarring at some points.
She was just crying.
There was a jarring moment in the beginning when he, this isn't a spoiler, but he goes to, like...
The start of the race?
Yeah, and she's like, no, come here, and like runs after him, and that felt very jarring to me, and I was like, ooh, they had to cut around that.
How can you tell they cut around that?
Because it was such a jump cut.
Oh.
It was like all I just went, what just happened?
Yeah.
Bye,
fair.
baby, see you later. I was like, whoa, what just happened there? And I was like, it could have been that the performance wasn't quite there. We gotta cut around that.
I almost feel like the director gave way more attention to the boys than he ever did to the mom.
Could have been.
Maybe he just was like, oh, she's an older, more seasoned actor. Not saying that she's old, but has more experience. So I'm just going to let her do what she wants to do. And then he just kind of was on his phone during that bit.
Yeah, because she just didn't do it for me. I didn't believe her. I didn't buy it. And it didn't translate. Listen, if we're wrong here, let us know. I'm curious. If there's anybody out there who enjoyed The Long Walk.
Yeah, tell us why we should.
And we didn't hate it. We didn't
I know
hate
it's not I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just not great.
It's just not interesting.
It just exists. It's just a long walk.
It's not entertaining. It's not interesting. It's not something you put on late at night because you'll fall asleep.
Again, I mean, that is something you put on late at night so that you can fall asleep.
True. If you're wanting to stay awake, you don't put this on.
No, it's not stimulating.
No, it's not stimulating
Except
at all.
they tried to be stimulating because people are just shot point blank like Squid Games.
Yeah.
And that's not enough for me.
No.
Oddly. It's graphic.
Visual choices even were confusing. Yeah, it's just, and again, we could be wrong. Let us know. If you enjoyed, please put it in the comments. Let us know. So should we see if our stars align here?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm ready.
Which I'm curious because you never rate movies. So you're like kind of on the hot seat.
Right I know. Now. I had to not overthink it. I just like put in my rating and then just close the app. I think you rated 2.5.
I gave it 2. Wow. You thought I was going to be more generous, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. I can't give it. If I look at my stuff and I see other 2.5s, like this just doesn't live up for me. I mean, and again, it wasn't a horrible movie. It wasn't like a bad movie. It wasn't like
poorly made.
You will not be surprised watching this.
No, there's no surprises.
It'll be right on the nose. So for you probably gave it 2.5.
I gave it 2.
Oh, so our stars do align on The Long Walk. We gave it 2 stars out of 5.
Stars.
How many stars would you give it?